Hey everybody, welcome back to where we do deep dives into the Old Testament, line by line, and wow, has this been something. We, in the previous video, we're at this point where Jacob is getting a couple of maid servants as wives from his other two wives, which are his cousins, first cousins, and they're also sisters. Strange stuff there. I encourage you to go watch that previous video. So in Genesis chapter 30, verse 19 through 21, Leah has another son, a fifth son to Jacob. Isaac is his name. And then she gets pregnant again, and she has another son, Zebulun, and then another daughter, Dinah, where she thought she could not have kids, and now she's just popping them out. And when she thought she couldn't, she gave her husband a sex slave. Fascinating. And then in Genesis chapter 30, verse 22 and 24, God remembers Rachel as though God can somehow forget. That's just a little question there. I don't quite understand that. And he opens up her womb. He opens up Rachel's womb. So he is having yet another son, and the son is Joseph. And so Jacob is having a whole lot of sex. I mean, a lot, with both of his first cousins that are his wife and their wives and their sisters, and the two sex slaves. Wow. And then Genesis chapter 30, verses 25, Jacob asked his uncle Laban, who's also his uncle and his father-in-law, and he asked if he could leave his own land. And Jacob begins to breed his uncle's sheep, to keep a lot of them for himself. And this is in Genesis chapter 30, 26 through 43. And he continues to breed, and he takes all these things for himself, and he gives the weak sheep to his uncle, father-in-law. And I'm just thinking, is this malice? Like, this seems like be like really bad ill intent or theft even. Like it's a bad faith agreement and an arrangement. So I'm at a loss at how Jehovah is supporting this kind of behavior. And then now Jacob becomes he increased exceedingly, it says. And he has maid servants and men servants, so he has slaves. And then once again, Jehovah is totally fine with all this. He's totally fine with slaves, totally fine with marrying your maid servants to have kids because your wife gives them to you. Really strange behavior. Other things I was not taught about in Sunday school. So if you find this interesting, I'm glad you're here with us. I'm glad you're joining us. And if you like topics outside of, primarily outside of the Bible, where we dive deep into how to know ourselves better, how to become self-aware, that we can become elevated in our spirit and our souls, and that we can communicate and create really powerful, strong relationships with others, that ultimately allows us to practice the art of meditation and practice that in such a way that we really connect with the infinite, the source of all things. And we do that every Sunday at 1:15, and we talk about all these topics at our other YouTube channel, Mystics of Texas. So I encourage you to go there and check that out. And if that resonates with you, then come see us in person. We're here every Sunday at 1:15, and I appreciate you joining us, and we'll see you next time.